So in today's sessions, we are going to see one more important concept that we have left into the core Java sections because that is not required that time. Now it is requiring. Okay, in the case of the Selenium, it is required. So here this section is something that is known as JDBC. What actually this JDBC is? It is nothing but Java database connectivity. Okay, so hope you remember this Java concept
Java database
connectivity.
connectivity. Okay.
Yes, Java DB connectivity. Okay. So this is before going to perform these operations. Okay. Uh, First we will discuss one scenario. Then we will go to this JDBC concept. Okay. So suppose if you are the new persons with doesn't have any account with your Amazon or the Flipkart, you can take anyone.
Okay.
Now, if you need to search for a product and you need to buy, okay. So what will be the different steps that is required over there? You just tell me.
You select an item,
Hmm.
you put it into the select that and buy that, so it will be in the cart. Then you pay
Hmm.
your payment,
Hmm.
and that's how you do it, right?
Mm. Of course, these are the steps, but some more steps will be there. Like if you are the new persons, you need to register over there. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was thinking you
Yes.
already have an account, right?
Yes. No, means we have to go for the steps because that is the registration. And suppose if you are already registered, now what you will do? You will simply log into that one. Okay. Then only you can be able to access your account. Then after that, you will search for a product. Then, if you wish that you are clear what the product you are going to buy, if you are 100% sure, you will place order, or you will place into the cart, right? If you have any doubt, you will place into the cart or the wish list. Okay. Then last step, what you will do? You will simply log out, right? Or you will close that session.
Mm-hmm.
The same steps which are involved over here, the same steps we are going to perform when we have to connect with the database. That is in the case of the JDBC. Okay. So the same steps you need to perform also. What is this JDBC? First, we will discuss that this JDBC is nothing but Java database connectivity. What is the meaning of this one? Suppose we have written one program, okay, in the Java, normal program, and we want to connect that Java program from the database. So in your system, there may be chances that some of the database is installed, okay, or if not, you can install that. You can try that, okay. So any database we can make use into our JDBC concept. The most frequent open source software kind of a thing that the lightweight we have the database that is known as MySQL database. Okay, it's around 5 to 10 MB. You can download it and it is already shared into the Google Drive link. You can download that one, MySQL. So what we will do, suppose here in the MySQL, we have one table that is known as employee. Okay. We have one table into the MySQL database with a name as a username. It is having some parameters like username, password, and then email. Okay. So in
Mm-hmm.
MySQL database, if there is one table which is known as employee, this table is going to hold all the informations which will be provided for the employee. So if the employee is any name you can take and it will have the three columns like the first one is the username, password and email. So these are the three fields which we are going to discuss. You can have the number of the fields that is depends upon you. We will take this. What we want to do, if you are familiar with the basics of the MySQL or any of the query language, if it is you need to select the data from the table. How we will take the data from the table? You have any idea? Yes or no?
Table.
Yes, you need to take the data from the table. So for that purpose, You can simply type the command
Select
select
the tab.
a star from the table name. What is the meaning of this line? We will see now. So select means you are selecting something. Okay. From where you are selecting? You are selecting from this table. Okay. What is the meaning of this symbol? A star. Stars will denote that all. Whatever the things it is present, whether it is empty, it will select empty. Otherwise, if it is having the n number of the rows or columns, it will take all the things without mentioning anything. That is the purpose of the star. Okay. Select a star from employee. So this is for selection of the things which is already present. Now suppose you need to create the table. How you will create? Let me search in my case whether that MySQL is installed or not. It's not installed. It will take a few seconds. Let me install that one. Yes, MySQL, it will be shared and it will be of around 39 MB. Sorry, I missed that time. And during the installation time of this MySQL or any of the database, it will ask you the username and password. By that only, if you provide the correct username and password, then only your Java program is going to communicate with the database, whatever the database you are using. So over here, let it be installed, then it will be more clear. Simply for the installation, you can see there is nothing, next, whatever it is asking. Now at this prompt, it is asking the password. By default, password for this MySQL will be always root. That is the username, and it is asking the password that you need to provide the password. So whatever the password you are providing, make sure that because while opening the MySQL only, it will require the password. Let it be installed. Now we want to discuss. So if we have to create the things, how we can create. So for creating, we need to execute the create, then table. So what we are going to create? We are going to create table. So for that we have the create command, create table, then name of the table. You can give name according to your choice, and this table will have some parameters. Okay. So what parameters we are passing? First we are passing the username. The first parameter, username. What will be the type for this username? Integer, float, character, string.
Within a character.
Character. So for each, whatever the character types we are having, in the case of database, we can define like this one: variable, length, character. So I will take the, you can take the size anything. I'm taking the size at the 20. Then second field, what it is? It is the password. Is the second field. So each and every fields you need to provide separated by the comma. Again, you need to write the varchar, and you can give any length. I am giving them maximum length as a 20. Okay. What is the third parameters we are having? That is the email. Email will be also of the type variable character, right?
Mhm.
So see, this is the normal syntax to create the table. Okay. Create is the command, create table, because we have to specify the table. The name of the table, inside the opening and closing of the braces, you need to mention what are the columns you want to create for that table. So I want to create the first column as the username, password, email, and this is the data types. Whatever the data types you are using, just provide that one only. Okay. So I think that is now installed. Yes. So like this one, you will get the prompt for the MySQL. See here, it is asking us the password. Without password, it will not enter. So whatever the password you have given during the installation time, surely give the same password over here. Then only you will be able to log in. Now you can see this is the prompt for the MySQL. So initially, what are the things that is present over here? We will see what are the different data types that is available over here. So for seeing the data types, we have the command show databases, not the data type, sorry, it is databases. So which are the different database which is available by default? So in case of MySQL, these are the different database which is by default available. If you want to make use of any of this database, you can use it, or if you want to create your own database, so what is the command for creating that database? So command for creating the database is like this one: create database, create, and what you are going to create? You are going to create the database. Then name of the database. Suppose you need to create the database by your own name. Okay, like this one you want to create Jyoti DB. Then semicolon. Now you will, if it is the syntax is correct, then you will get this message. Otherwise, you will get the error message like this one. Now again we will see whether this database is created or not. If it is created, it should be listed into these fields. So again we will see execute the command show databases. Now you can see whatever the database you have created, that is appearing over here, right? So the purpose of this database is that whatever the work now onward you are going to use, that everything is going to installed into and that is stored into this database only. Okay, so how your computer will decide that where to store that database? So for that purpose you have to use the database from this list. So for using the database, we have the command use, then database whatever you want to use, that is available over here. So you need to select any of the database. Now you can see it is telling that database change, right? Once database is changed, now you need to see what are the different tables that is available into this database. Okay, so seeing anything, we have the show command. What you want to see? You want to see the available tables. Is there any tables available over here? No, it is telling it empty table, empty set. Why? Because just now we have created the database, so nothing is available over here. Now what you will do, you will create one table. How you can create the table? So this is the basic command. Okay. This command is to create the table. Instead of typing, what I will do, I will copy directly. So,
Vikram,
yes, yes.
we stopped the last time, right? We
Sorry?
resumed from there because MySQL was not there last time, right? When we went over the meeting and class session.
No, regarding this one software you are asking.
Yeah. But last class was not on MySQL, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just asking you if somebody else is also there or it's only me and you are going over the first for me.
You are only.
So, okay, so you are resuming the whatever way we left, right?
Yes. So this is the command to create it. We will type over here, or you can directly copy that one. So this was the command. You can see very okay, means the table is successfully created. We will see again what are the different tables available. Now you can see that it is showing that tables in the database Jyoti DB. It is having one table which is known as employee. Don't go for the names of this whether it is case sensitive or not. No, it's not. So this is the table. Inside this table, you want to see is there any data or not that we have talked. That select. So is there any data or not? You need to see. How we will see? By executing the select command. Okay. So this is the command. Select star from employee. So this is the table from where you are going to select the things. You can see it is telling that empty set because here there is no any data. How you can insert the data into this one? So for inserting, we have the insert command, and where you want to insert? You want to insert into, insert is the command, into is the specification for that, insert into. Where you want to insert? So you want to insert the data into the table employee, and what are the different values you have to insert? So that you need to specify over here. Okay. So this value, you can see all are the strings. So always the strings will be into the double quote. Okay. And if it is a floating or integer types, it will be normally without a string. abc@gmail.com. So this is the data. These three columns you need to insert, and here second it should be also into the double quote. You can see the message that one row affected means that this row is present now. We will see. You can see the username in the employee table. The username is Selenium, password is Java, and the email is the abc@gmail.com. Okay, like that you can insert some more value. Okay, then only you can be able to work with this one, or if you want you can live with this one only. Testing. Automation testing. Again we will verify whether that is installed. Yes. So now in the employee table we are having the two rows. Okay, what we will do, we will write our Java program that is going to connect with this MySQL database, and after connecting from that database you have used, that is the Jyoti DB, it should connect to that one, and from that Jyoti DB it should retrieve the data from the table that is known as employee. So here you can see these are the data which is present into the MySQL. Now we will try to write the same thing, the Java program. That Java program will take the data from this database and display it into our console. Fine?
Okay. Yeah.
Is it okay?
Hello? Yeah, sure.
So we are going to write the Java program. So for that purpose, we have the concept that is known as Java database connectivity. Means from the Java program, you need to connect to the database. How we can connect? So for that connection also, we require some of the steps like registering ourselves, login, then executing the query, log out, something like that. This similar steps is now going to be executed into the Java program. So what could be the Java program for this one? So whenever I'm talking, if you have any doubt, you can message me or ping me. Okay. So here we will see how we can connect the databases. And here it is telling the Oracle database. No matter, there is a only 2 line changes over here, whether you are going to make use of the Oracle database or whether you are going to make use of any of the other database. Okay. So this is the thing that you need to work over here. We will discuss on this one. Don't worry about the size of the code because it is having so many comment lines. So that is why it is looking like that one. So if you look for the first line, this is the very first line over into the program. It is telling that class dot for name. This is the standard method available into the Java for name. And here you need to specify the name of the driver. What is this driver now? See, this is Java code. Here we have database. But how this database is going to be connected with each other? We have discussed that it will need some username and password, then only it is going to connect. But who is responsible for taking that database from who is responsible for taking that user credential and connecting to the database? So it is the driver. If you are working with the MySQL driver, then you need to download one driver files also, that is known as the connector. You can see this file, and this is already available into the Google Drive, that you have the link. Okay. What you have to do, you have to simply create one Java project. Inside that, you need to create one class. So I have taken the name of the test database. You can take any name, and in this project you need to add the jar files which is required for that one. So the very first jar file required is the driver class. So if you are going to make use of the Oracle, you need to install this OJDBC 14 jar. I will tell from where this jar is coming. Okay, don't worry. So if it is the Oracle case, you need to add the Oracle jar files. If it is the case of the MySQL, then you need to add the jar file for the MySQL, that is this my connector jar. So you simply add over here, click OK. Okay. Whether it is Oracle is installed or not, let me check it out. I think it's not installed. I need to install and it will take a lot of time. I will show you. You just try to execute this one. So this is the name of the driver. Okay, driver is the responsible person. Like bus driver, it is also the driver which is responsible for you to carry from the Java program to the database. So this is the driver. In case of Oracle, this will be the driver name. What will be the case of the MySQL driver, that I will show, and it will be present into your notes also. Okay, nothing you have to do. Simply in the double quote, you need to modify this name. Its name will be start with the com.mysql.jdbc.mysql driver. It is mentioned over there. After loading, you need to print the message whether that is successfully loaded or not. Sometimes what will happen, this driver is not getting loaded. Okay. So if it is successfully loaded, then you need to execute one message that driver is loaded. If it is not loaded, it will automatically give you some exception. Now, if driver is with you, what is the next step? Driver is provided by you. It simply means that you have successfully registered yourself. Now, what you have to do? You have to log in. Okay. Just now we have discussed that once you will register, what you have to do? You have to next step is that you need to log in to that one. So how you can log in? So for purpose of logging, you need to provide the username and the password. Okay. of the database. So in the case of Oracle, the by default username will be system and password. This is the password which I have given. If it is the case of the MySQL, the username here it will be the, instead of system it will be root, and this will be the password. Okay, whatever the password you have given, the same you need to give over here. Then you can be asked where we are providing this one. So we are providing these parameters into the method that is known as get connection. Get connection is the one of the method which is present into the driver manager class. These all manager class and everything, it will come from the Java package itself. So driver manager is having the method known as get connection. So the driver manager dot get connection, and it will ask you the three parameters. First parameter will be the URL, is the URL of your machine. Okay, and this URL will be always given by the database developers. So if you are using, you are telling something?
No.
Okay. If you are using the Oracle database, mandatory you have to use this URL only. Okay, because this is the URL which is given by the Oracle people itself. You can't modify this one. Okay. So this will be the database. Now this is the URL and two more parameters, that is the username and password. So whatever the username in the case of Oracle, this will be the system, and password that is you have given at the time of the installation. Once you provide all these things, so where these things is going to be stored? So these things is going to be stored into the class that is known as connection. Connection is also one of the class, and here we are creating connection object. So we have given the name as the con. A step by step, whatever the class you are using, the step by step that object is required to go for the next line. So here connection is a class, and we are using the con object. In the con, we have stored all the things. Now you can see the message that connection created, means you are successfully logged. If these three parameters is correct, then you will be successfully logged to that one. Otherwise, you will get exception. Once you successful login, what you will do? You will search for the product. You will search for the product, or you will search for the product only. So that is known as, that work is known as execution of the statement. Okay, that is known as execution of the statement, and this will be your third step. How we can execute that one? So before executing, you need to create some statements. Okay, so here you can see whatever the object con, by making use of that, we are using con dot create statement. This side, con dot create statement. This create statement is a method which is available into the connection class, and we are calling this method by this object con dot create statement. After calling this method, where you will store these things? So it is related to the statement work. So we have the statement class into the Java. Now you can see we have the class name as the statement, and for that we have created one object. You can give any name. The same name, it is going to be executed and called into the next line. So statement dot smt equal to on dot create statement, means we are calling this create statement of this connection class. Once it is successful, you can pass the message like the statement created. Okay, then what will be the next step? A statement is created, you need to execute some statement. Just now we have discussed that in our database we have one table that is known as employee. So what we will do, this is the command to see the number of the data rows and columns that is present, or the data that is present into the table employee, this command. So instead of executing this one, what we will do, we will execute this command from the Java program, and this database output, whatever you are seeing over here into this box, that data should present into our console window of the Eclipse. Okay, So here you can see once it is created, what we are doing, we are executing our query. So what is the query? Query is simple, the select star from Facebook. Here it is the table name Facebook. You can give the name according to choice, whatever the name you have given into the database, because if the name will not match, it will not be able to take the data. So here the table name is employee, select a star from employee. This is the query. What you have to do with this one? So you have to execute this query. So for executing the query, we have the execute query method. And where this method is present? This method is present into the statement class. You can see. That is why we are using that statement class object. SMT.execute query means this execute query is the method that is present into a statement, and we are calling by making use of this SMT object of the statement class. After that, you can print the message. Is printing the message is not mandatory. Why we are printing the message after every lines? Because we will see whether if any error is coming, at what line, up to what line our code has successfully executed. See, if this line, this message we will get the query executed means up to this line we have successfully executed our work. Now suppose you have multiple outputs into this table, like here in the employee we have the multiple row, one row, two row. Like this, if we have the more than one row, how we can store and where to store that data? So that data you can store over here in the class that is known as result set. This result set is the one of the class, and RS is an object of that class. Now whatever the query you have executed, that will be stored, the result of executing this query, will be stored into one object RS. Okay. Now if you want, you can display the data, or you can simply log out. Means if you want, you can display the data, or you can simply close the connection. That is something like, if you want, you can place the order, or you can leave it into the cart itself. That is similar to this operation. If you have successfully taken the data from the database, you can show the data, or if you don't want, you can leave that one. So if you have taken the database successfully, you need to display that database. How you will display the database? You don't know how many data are present into that database or table. So there will be multiple database. Okay. Remember the concept of the array, how we are going to display the data from the array?
Display the
data is in the array. We were having some 5 to 10 value. How we are printing that value from the array?
you need to give like whatever
Means you have to take the help of any of the loop. Okay, in the loop only you will be able to print all the data. So here also we can consider that RS as an object array where all my data has been stored from executing this query. Okay. Now we will take the help of this while loop to print the data one by one. Okay. So while loop. What will be the condition? So here we have the condition like RS dot next. What is next? Next is telling us that till there is a next data available into that RS, you need to execute this loop, because we don't know how many row is available, how many column is available, we don't know. So for that purpose, we are assigning this one as a till there is an element, it will execute. So while RS dot next, if it is one data, it will execute for the one times. If there is 100 data, it will execute for the 100 times. So while RS dot next, if there is any data, it is going to execute. Okay. And from there, whatever the data it has taken, you can see the right hand side, rs dot get string, because if you go for searching for the data type of all these fields, this username, password, and email, make sure whatever the data types you have used, the same you have to use over here also. So all are a string. So we have used the method that is known as get string. rs dot get string. Suppose here by chance one more column was there, int age. Age will be of integer types. So for that one you need to write over here at the rs dot get int. Okay, and rs dot get string, it will get some string type of data. So what is that data, which column it will take? So you need to give the exact column. So here username is the first column, name, second one is the password, third one is the email. So you need to give the same into these three data. Okay, these are the three query which is going to store. So rs dot get string, first it will get the string, and from where it will get? It will get the column that is the username, second time password, third time email, and after getting all the things, it is storing into one local variable, username of the type string, password of the type string, email of the type string. After that, it is simply printing the data. You can system dot out dot, here you can see uname. What is this uname? Uname is where you have stored the username, pass is the password, email is the email. The whole thing I have kept this into the try block. Why? Because during execution of this one, if anywhere there is an exception, that should be handled by this try and catch block that we have learned during the exception handling. Okay, so whole thing you can keep into the try block, and after that you need to write one catch block. Okay, 1 minute.
Mhm.
This is the only code, and here you need to type the annotation at the rate test. Now, if you have to run this code, simply right click, run as testng. Why? Because we have used the annotation test from the testng itself.
If you
Now,
don't give that,
sorry,
if you don't give that at the rate test, then
I'm not getting you.
if you don't give that under rate test,
Ah, yes. If you don't give this at the rate under test, okay, you can give over here the public static void main. Okay, write all the things will be same. Now in that case it will become the Java program, simple Java program. Okay, if you are not giving the public static void main, you can give this method name public void test verify db or any name, and write the at the rate test. It will become your testing. Okay, okay, that is the difference between the Java and the Selenium script. And this is the example here I have shown for the Oracle. What is the changes you should go for the if you are working for the MySQL? So this is the first thing you need to change. Here the name of the driver, and this one is the second thing you need to change. Okay, the username and password whatever you have given, and the URL will also changed. Let me check it out and whether it is available, that example is available into the drive or not. See, if you have not attended the class also, then you can be able to download the videos. Okay, but
Hello? 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 Hello?
It's get hanged.
Yeah.
Now it's audible.
Yeah.
Yes. So here you can be able to see the jar files and database testing. This is the document, database testing Selenium with the JDBC. You can download it. I will tell you the preview over here. What are the changes you have to do it. And I think you will be not able to install these softwares. Maybe you just try to install into your system.
Okay.
Okay. Let it be open. Yes. So this is the document for database testing in Selenium with JDBC doc. Let it be completely open. And you can see here the steps, the theoretical steps, it is mentioned first, like this one. The connect with the MS SS database, MySQL database. Second one, it is telling the Oracle database. It is loading very slow. Yes, see the second code for the MySQL. Here, this name is different from the Oracle one. This name is form.mysql.jdbc.driver, and in the case of that Oracle, the name will be like this one. The second changes you need to focus is this URL. Here the JDBC colon MySQL localhost 3306. Here the port was this is the port 1521 for the Oracle, and for the MySQL the by default port will be 3306. Okay, and root will be the username, password will be this one, and here you can see it is the Vikram DB. So you need to specify in the case of MySQL that which database you want to use. So if you are going to create the database like here you have created the Jyoti DB, then you need to write the name over here the Jyoti DB. Okay, then only it will work, otherwise it will not work. Okay. This is the only change, two changes you have to do in the Oracle and the MySQL database. Is it fine?
Yeah. These videos, did you send it to me, Vikram?
The video I already uploaded. You can check it out.
Drive.
Yes, you have got the link for the Selenium folder. Okay. Everything, whatever the class you have not studied, but the link will be present. You can see in this list whether you are there. Yes.
Can you send me the link again? So it is drop off.
Okay, I'll share it. You can see it is already shared. I will share it once again. And try to execute this one. Okay. And give us some timing, because you missed so much classes last weekends, so it will take 1 week to cover up all the things.
Yeah, 1 week I totally missed the class.
Yes. So tomorrow I will cover up 2 and 3 exams.
Okay.
Next one. Okay. Here I will send you once again the link for this drive. Okay. This the link will be for this folder. Okay, this folder, it will be the link. You can get it everything, the video along with the PDF and jar file from this one.
Okay.
Okay then. Thank you. Good night.
Good. Yeah,